everybody. We're going to give everyone a minute to log on. All right, we're going to give everybody a little bit longer. Can everybody hear me? Is there a thumbs up? I can actually hear myself echoing down the hallway. So yes, everyone can hear me. This is good. Okay. Kaylee, do a sign-in sheet for this, please. All right. It is. Thank you, Kaylee. All right. Here's how we're going to start today. We will see if there are any consumers on. Welcome. Hopefully today is informative for everyone. Here's how I'm going to do a mission moment today, and I want everyone to participate with me. Those of you who don't participate, I want to know you didn't, because the people around you are going to tell me that you didn't do it. We're going to sing for today's mission moment. Just a really quick song. You all know it. It's going to be okay. If you're like me and you've had a stressful day and it's only 2 o'clock, this little song will help you. Are you ready? You better watch out. You better not pout. I think that's right. You better not cry. I'm telling you why. Who knows what's next? Excellent. I can hear some of you singing. He sees you when you're sleeping. He knows when you're awake. He knows if you've been bad or good. So be good for goodness sake. Oh, you better watch out. I can't hear you. Santa Claus is coming to town. Good job, everybody. I can hear everybody singing. Woo! Santa's coming. Woo! I'm so excited. It seems to be Santa broke my pockets coming to town. Yeah, for some people, yeah. Listen, you get what you get, and we don't get upset. Yes. Santa is coming. So what we're going to ask you to do, it seems to be that this time of the year is when a lot of our consumers, a lot of our staff, they struggle with this time of the year. It's either they're really happy or they're really sad, especially if they've experienced some type of loss. But it's a great moment for us to reset our minds, our thoughts, our hearts, to regroup and really consider and think about the things that are important and that matter the most. And right now, in this moment where we are, you matter the most. All of our attention is focused on you. And for that, I'm grateful. So here's what we're going to do. I have a bunch of things we're going to go through. I'm going to give you opportunities to answer and ask questions. I'm going to give you some homework, and then we will go from there. Okay, here's where we're going to start. Though everyone knows there is a snowstorm coming. They're expecting right now 18 to 20 inches of snow from Wednesday into Thursday. I was just with one of our new consumers. I'm reading and talking at the same time. I was with one of our consumers, and we're talking about how high that is. That's a lot of snow. Not as much as the snowstorm of 96, where it's covering fire hydrants and all of that, but it's still that's a lot of snow. What we're asking everyone to do is, one, please remember that snow is not a reason for a call out. That's number one. Take every precaution necessary. Communicate with your supervisor, your team leader. Ensure that our consumers are safe. Make sure your house has all the adequate supplies from medications to flashlights. I don't know why I had to do that for flashlights. I was pressing the button on the flashlight. Um, uh, Thank you, Ashley. I may have a touch of PTSD from the blizzard of '96. I remember in walking from my house to my grandmother's house in that snowstorm. Um, it was a lot of snow. So take every precaution necessary. We're expecting down power lines and all kinds of things. Please be mindful. Um, I'm just looking at the comments. Shantae, I have never felt as old as I do right now. The fact that you're saying you were born during that blizzard. I feel incredibly old right now. Thank you for that, Shantae. I appreciate you. Oh, Raymond was too. Okay, we're going to keep going. The next, after the snowstorm, I want to talk a little bit about behaviors. During this time of year, we do see a little bit of an uptick in behaviors and in anxiety with many of our consumers, even with some of you. If you are experiencing behaviors from your consumers, or if you're having behaviors yourself, we'll talk about both. If you are working with the consumer and there's an uptick in behaviors, please make sure you're communicating that. Tell your supervisor there are venues and avenues for you to communicate those things. Please communicate with your supervisor if you are having those types of issues, especially around this time of the year. We're hoping with the combination of, let me backtrack, with COVID and the holidays, that is a strange combination. We have an entire behavioral supports team. We have a clinical team. They are here to support us and to help us. If you're having trouble with behaviors, say something. Don't just sit around and take it. Say something. It matters. It matters that you say something. We can only get better communicating. Okay. Third topic, COVID-19. So I have a couple of things we need to talk about with COVID-19, and it's not going to take long. Then we'll open up for questions and we'll talk about the next live stream event. With COVID-19, we are officially restricting places to go. Not necessarily we are, but we're taking precautions based on the mandates, the recommendations that have come from the governor's office, the Office of Developmental Programs, the CDC, and the Department of Health. Places that are considered high touch areas like the VR Cafe. So it could be the dollar store. It could be visiting Santa Claus at the mall. Places where there are a lot of people touching things, we are doing our best to limit where we can. Any activity that requires you to drive or to be in an area where there are people requires approval from myself or Victoria Allen Edwards. If we don't approve it, it's not done. You are to go through your supervisor. Do not call me directly or Vicky. Go through your supervisor. If you're in doubt with who to call Wanda Cologne. Everyone should have her phone number. If you don't, I will put it in the message box so that you have it there. We will be doing, and it started on Monday, a wide range of virtual activities with everyone. And it is your job to participate with your consumer. For example, one of the things I have been saying I am going to do, and I will do it, I'm going to host a virtual baking class, and we're going to bake gingerbread. So it's not for our consumers to just make the gingerbread. We want you to participate with them. We just approved some money to get some things for music therapy. If our consumers are singing, it's not for them to sing. We want you to sing with them. This is not a contest for soloists. We want you to sing and participate with them. It is critical that you participate with our consumers in everything that you do. Because if you don't, it may raise other alarms. And if you're doing it and they're doing it, they tend to buy into the process better. So, for example, if you work with TK and TK is in music therapy and you are singing, he will sing. Um, it's really important. Activities are one of those things that help us to maintain our mental health. That's why Sarah's on staff here. So please, we want you to participate. If you're doing an art project or you're decorating your gingerbread house at some point, you are required to participate. So bring out your inner child. One of the things I was actually looking for was to see if we could find like 15 to 20 Twister boards and to do Twister with our consumers, only because I like Twister. So I assume everyone likes Twister. I don't know. All right, next, after activities, masks. You should be wearing a mask all the time. If you have a reason why you cannot wear a mask, contact Human Resources. Also, if you have been exposed to someone who has tested positive for COVID-19, or if you suspect that a staff member is sick, you need to call Human Resources immediately. You can call Human Resources, has a cell phone number. Jocelyn has a cell phone number. Call immediately. If anyone comes to a home and you scan their temperature and it is above 99.9, you should be calling someone. Anyone who's at 100 point, what is it? Hold on. 100.1, I think is what it is right now. Anyone above that is cause for alarm. So you should be making those calls. If you see someone is sick, you suspect someone is sick, if you know someone has been exposed, or if you have been exposed to COVID-19, please say something. Fran, I see, and as soon as I find my phone, I will put that number in there. Can somebody go through their phone and put in Wanda's cell phone number and the cell phone number for HR and Jocelyn? Let's talk about holidays and COVID-19 right now, and we're going to talk about our consumers first, and then we'll talk about you. Right now, the governor has said any gatherings of 10 or more people are prohibited. That is a very hard thing to do, especially if you have the kind of household that I have. There are 6 of us in our house, so we are a Christmas party by ourselves. Our consumers will be permitted to go home for Christmas, but they will not be spending the night. I know that there is quite a bit of confusion about this. We will be calling families between Friday and Monday and having that conversation with them. Most of our families already know. A few of them are not sure of it. So myself and Victoria Allen Edwards will both be making those phone calls. All right. And I just want to keep everyone on the same page. Our next live stream will be next Tuesday at 2 o'clock. That's Tuesday at 2 o'clock. So make sure you are here. All right. Any questions? This is your opportunity to ask and my opportunity to hopefully answer. There are almost 30 of you on. Someone has to have a question. Terry Wilson's here. What's up, Terry? Terry and Ali are together. Wonderful. No questions? I want to put Wanda's number in the text box as well, guys. I'm going to say it out loud, and then I'll put it in the text box. All right, Wanda's phone number. Oh, wait, Ashley put it in the text box already. All right, I'll do the easier one first. Yes, Mary, today that is okay, because the roads are clear. She's a pickup on Monday and Tuesdays. I don't believe we pick her up the rest of the week. Sarah, we will know about if the office will be closed on Thursday. We make that decision normally about 4 a.m. on Thursday morning. I'm on the phone with everyone making those types of decisions. So vehicles for residential will be remain grounded, and that's because of COVID, not because of the weather. Um, I am not sure what is going to happen on Thursday in terms of appointments and those types of things. Um, got it, Mary? Who should we call for projected Thursday weather? I'm not sure what the question is, Rima, but can you clarify? Are you saying who should we call for a weather report? I'm not quite sure. Um, are our consumers allowed to go to other consumers' homes for the holidays? Yes, they are. That's a controlled environment. That is a controlled environment. I think that that's okay and that's appropriate. Fran D. Also, Secret Santa for the consumers, or is it too late? Huh. All right, let's start here. Santa will be visiting each of our consumers. Kindle is ensuring that Santa will be there and he will be coming around and making a trip. I am not sure about a Secret Santa. Fran, why? Can you do me a favor? I think that may be a good idea. I'm just not sure how we would be able to do it right now. Why don't you, Fran, reach out to Wanda and you all can have that conversation. I think it's a great idea for those who want to participate. And I'll put a dollar limit on it, like $5, $2, or even a homemade gift. We used to do. We've done Pollyannas in my family because it's so many of us, where we we did one year where you had to make a homemade gift. So I actually, for my brother-in-law, he likes chili and he works a lot. So I pre-made 3 or 4 different kinds of chili and froze it for him so that all he had to do was frost it in a bowl and eat it when he was working. Is Santa coming to see staff as well? Santa comes to see you every 2 weeks. What time lunch should we open presents for? Oh, that's a good question. So people open up presents, Alia, at all different times. For example, I know some families, they open up their Christmas gifts on the evening of Christmas Eve, and then Christmas morning they have breakfast and that type of thing. So I think what I would suggest, what we've done in years past, Alia, is Christmas gifts are opened generally the morning of. Some of our consumers can't take the pressure, and I have had to deliver gifts the morning of Christmas. I'm hoping I don't have to do that this year. It's not on wood. It's been a pretty good year. I would prefer to wait till the morning of Christmas, and then a nice good breakfast. And then if you all want to do Christmas dinner, I believe Mary was it. You all were hosting Christmas dinner again, Mary, if I'm remembering correctly. Oh, an ugly sweater contest. That's a great idea. Someone just called my outfit today ugly. I'm not going to name any names, Brenda Reniga. She told me I didn't match today. I don't know how I feel about that, Brenda. I take great pride in my clothing. That's a great idea. We should do, you know what we can do? How about this? Next Tuesday, if we can figure out how to do live stream and have other people on, I'm going to ask Michael Judkins and Kaylee to help with that. We can do an ugly sweater contest for all of us and display all the ugly sweaters on, and then we can do a vote. We'll give the winner a gift card. He didn't say it was ugly. He didn't say it looked nice either, though, Brenda. Thank you. All right. Are there any other questions? Well, Fran, I'm not saying we can't do the Pollyanna or the Secret Santa with the consumers. Just call Wanda and plan it. It just needs to be planned. I think that is something that if you want to help do, I'm all for it. Another way that Santa has visited, I'm having time to think. Oh, that's a great question, Sarah. Another way that Santa's visited all of our wonderful staff is at, we told you all we would continue the $3 an hour increase for our direct care staff up through um, December. And we have held our word. And those of you who have not called out, have not been late, have completed your documentation on time, we're going to continue that up through the year. And as of right now, we will continue that in January as well. And I am hoping that if things go the way they are, I'm hoping to make that permanent before the spring, make that the permanent rate for everyone. So that's one of the things we're trying to do. Sarah, I don't want anything really for Christmas. That's a great question. I don't need anything. You know what I want? I want everyone to be happy. I want everyone to really love their job as much as I do. Even when I'm frustrated, I love coming to work, and I love you all. You all make um, everyone has difficult moments in life. They have difficulties at work. There are parts of everyone's job they just don't like. But what makes those moments in life bearable are great people, and that's all of you. So I'm grateful for you. Um, Alia, I'm going to have on an ugly dress. Just don't let Brenda Reniger see it because she'll make you feel bad about it, Alia. Yes, I do want everyone to come to work. That's a good one, Ashley. All right. Anything else, everyone? Anything else? He sees you when you're sleeping. Thank you. I hear someone singing. He knows if you've been bad or good. So be good for goodness sake. We love you all very much. We will see you next Tuesday at 2 o'clock. Please make sure you're on so I can give you training credit for some of the COVID things. Please remember to call your behavioral specialist if you're having any trouble or difficulties. Don't forget there's a snow emergency. If your house is on a snow emergency route, you cannot park there. Doesn't matter what you're there for. Please be mindful so that your car does not get ticketed or towed. And yes, please restream this forever. I saw mommy kissing Santa Claus underneath them. That's a wonderful song too. It's going to be stuck in my head now. That's an earworm. Thank you, Alia. I love you all. Have a wonderful day. Until next week.